Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Dayspring Discussions. I'm your host Sean McGahee, and this is a show where we talk about movies, TV, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books. If you geek out about it, we're going to talk about it. You can listen to Dayspring Discussions on iTunes, YouTube, Podomatic, Patreon, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, wherever, guys. While you're there, you can go ahead and rate, review, subscribe, then head on over to the Facebook group and Twitter account and join in the discussion. Well, hello everyone. It is a sunny Thursday here in Austin, Texas. And as I look out on this hot day, I see that I need to mow my lawn, but I'm not going to do that because I'm enjoying the day. My daughter is in the living room now. She just had some dental surgery, of course, so kind of looking after her a little bit, but she's all cozied up on the couch watching some Teen Titans Go to the movies. That's right. So she's out there. I'm in here doing my thing. Hope you're out there doing your thing. Let's get to it. So on today's episode, I want to talk about the Arrowverse. That's right, guys. Stepping into the world of the CW. Now, this is a little strange, of course. Now, it was reported a couple weeks ago that Batwoman star Ruby Rose is exiting the show. Now, allegedly, from rumors and news we heard, she's exiting because she wasn't adjusting well to her move in Vancouver, and she just couldn't really deal with the shooting schedule of being a lead in a show like that is 22 to 24 episodes in a season. You're constantly shooting all hours of the day, long hours, all that stuff. The rigors that it takes to shoot a show like that. And honestly, I can't blame them, because we've heard this before, most recently from Stephen Amell, who just wrapped up Arrow, and that series is over, but also way back when Tom Welling, when he played Clark Kent on Smallville, and you hear these stories about these actors who are the leads in these shows that have long hours, long seasons, and it just overwhelms them, is what it does. So the fact that she felt a little overwhelmed, I can't really blame her for that. She thought she knew what she was signing up for. She did it, realized she didn't want to do it, allegedly, and then that's okay. I can't blame her. But then again, this could lead down a little bit of a discussion about, public TV and how you need to make this series shorter. I think you do more series, less episodes. Give me 13 episodes per season. Put more shows on the air. I think that would be a much better way to do things, but that's not the conversation I'm here to talk about. So because she is leaving the show, it's kind of left a gap, actually. Obviously, the show is called Batwoman, and Batwoman is leaving the series, something that's a little unorthodox, to say the least. So obviously, Warner Brothers and CWs were probably going to recast her, right? Put in another Kate Kane in there, so to speak. But apparently, that's not exactly what's going to happen. So according to the Hollywood Reporter, they came out on Tuesday and said that for season 2 of the show, they're not going to replace another actress to play Kate Kane. Instead, they're going to go and bring in a completely different character. As of right now, the name is Ryan Wilder, although that people think it's just a filler name for now. They don't think it's the real name. I've never heard of a Ryan Wilder in the comics, of course, but that's neither here nor there. But anyway, the description is, quote, female, mid-late 20s, any ethnicity, is about to become Batwoman. She's likable, messy, a little goofy, and untamed. She's also nothing like Kate Kane, the woman who wore the bat suit before her. Okay, so breaking this down, first off, my disclaimer, okay? I have not watched season 1 of Batwoman. I have watched the crossovers like Elseworlds and Crisis on Infinite Earths, that was she was in, and I watched the pilot of Batwoman. The CW shows, I've said this before, I don't watch them live because who watches live TV nowadays except for sports? And then you have to jump on the CW app to watch them, and they're full of commercials. And in an age where I don't like commercials, I don't want to watch commercials. Especially when you look at the Arrowverse shows, there's 5 shows or so. If I watch them on a weekly basis, add an extra 10 minutes per episode, that's a lot of commercials I'm watching. And in this day and age, it's not acceptable for me. So what I've been doing, I've been waiting for the Arrowverse shows to come to Netflix, because about a week after this the season finale, they pop up on Netflix, except for Batwoman didn't do that. What instead, Warner Brothers knew what they had coming was HBO Max. So Batwoman, if you look on HBO Max, Batwoman Season 1 is on HBO Max. However, I'm right now struggling to get through the newest season of Supergirl on Netflix. With Flash already finished, I finished Black Lightning, and I finished Arrow, of course, obviously. Legends isn't on there yet. I'll watch that eventually. But yeah, Supergirl I'm struggling to get through because I'm not a big Supergirl fan. It's one of my least favorite of the Arrowverse series. So I'm struggling to get through that a little bit. I'm trying, but I do have Batwoman on my HBO Max account, looking to watch it, but it might take me a while to get there. But before the new season starts, I will definitely have watched all the Arrowverse shows and get all caught up on that. So anyway, I haven't really watched Batwoman Season 1. So like I said, crossovers in the pilot is all I can judge this show, this character on. And to be honest, I am not impressed. I'm not impressed with the actress and the series and the whole overall arc of, what they're trying to do with this character in this medium. I'm not, very familiar with Batwoman, though, too, as a character in the comic books. My biggest exposure to her has actually been the animated movie Batman Bad Blood, where I really liked the character in that, the way she was portrayed, voiced by Yvonne Strahovski, is that her name? The girl from Chuck and Handmaid's Tale, one of my crushes. She did a good job voicing the character, and I love the way the character was portrayed in Batman Bad Blood. What we got in the Batwoman series and on the CW and in the Arrowverse, maybe just been a huge letdown for me from what I've seen. Again, from what I've seen. And, again, I'm dragging my feet to watch Batwoman because I know I'm not going to like it. I want to try to give it a fair shot. And it's part of the Arrowverse, which I try to keep up on the Arrowverse shows. But it's one of those things where, I might not get all the way through the season. I might start skipping through it or something. I don't know. We'll see when it gets to that point. But Ruby Rose is out, bringing in this new character, which is a little bit different. No one really expected for them to bring in a completely new character at this point. For me, though, when I look at this description, female, mid-late 20s, she's likable, messy, a little goofy, and untamed. She's also nothing like Kate Kane, the woman who wore the Batsuit before her. So Kate Kane, if you've seen any of Batwoman, she's very serious type, very stoic, almost, kind of that Bruce Wayne, Batman, Dark Knight kind of thing going on. But Ruby Rose is an actress I did not like, and that's why I felt the performance of the episodes that I've seen her in are very stoic and not a fan of it. Giving it complete opposite slant, I think would be good. But to me, when I see a character description like this, I think Batgirl. I mean, Batgirl is a fun character, much like this description. And honestly, I would much rather see a Batgirl show than a Batwoman show, the way it's going. I mean, Barbara Gordon, yeah, she's got some tragedy if you look at The Killing Joke and all that. But her starting off, where she was inspired by not only Batman, but her father, Commissioner Gordon, to put on her own persona and go out and fight crime, not with millions of dollars of gadgets, but with just herself, just by herself. Eventually, she gets caught up in Batman's team and all that, but she starts off just kind of doing her own thing, trying to keep Gotham safe, trying to, come out of the shadows of her father and Batman. And she's a character I think would greatly fit this description. So pivoting from a Batwoman to a Batgirl show is what I think they should do. Now, honestly, unless this character completely revitalizes the series, I don't think it's going to last past season 2. I think it's the approach of the character, and it might be the actress too, of course. Like I said, Ruby Rose, I'm not a fan of her. I don't think she's a very good actress. The thing about other Arrowverse shows was I said this when I did my review for the pilot episode of Batwoman, is Grant Gustin, Melissa Boyce, Stephen Amell, these were lead characters you could attach yourselves to. You know, they were likable, especially Grant Gustin. He was a little goofy. Melissa Benoist, the way she played Kara is very innocent. And then, of course, Stephen Amell played Oliver Queen as such a badass, of course. We were just coming out of the whole Dark Knight trilogy as well. So it was right in that era where people liked that kind of character. You know, and going along with it too, of course, you know, the Legends crew is so goofy. Black Lightning is a family, and it's good to see that difference of Jefferson Pierce as an older hero than what we're used to seeing in the Arrowverse. You know, different slant to it, but they were all likable characters, and I don't see what's likable about this character, to be honest. It has nothing to do with her sexual orientation or anything like that, guys. Trust me, okay? No problem there. But it's the actress, I think, and, you know, the part, perhaps, that I'm just not digging. And that's why I'm okay switching out this character, switching out this actor, actress. I think it's very unorthodox. I think it's something the producers and showrunners didn't think, you know, a situation they didn't think they'd be stuck with. But here we are, and I think the best situation, honestly, is to cancel the show and go for a Batgirl show. That's what I would want to see. Everyone has their own opinions. I understand, but this character they're describing is a Batgirl in my eyes, at least an early Batgirl. And I think there's a lot you could do with a character like that. Of course, it says any ethnicity. Well, that's no problem because, you know, the next guy to play Commissioner Gordon in the Batman, Matt Reeves' Batman with Robert Pattinson, is going to be a black guy. So, you know, you could easily, you know, make Batwoman or Batgirl, excuse me, in this scenario a black or, you know, Hispanic or whatever. You know, I'm okay with that. Orientation aside, I do not care about that. All I care about is the character, making sure they have a good story to tell, make sure they have depth, and make sure they're someone that the audience and myself attaches to. That's what I want. I did not attach myself to Ruby Rose's Kate Kane. Maybe switching it up, I'll feel differently. I don't know. But, you know, I still got to finish the season. So we'll find out together, guys. So, all right. Well, that is it for me today. Okay, of course, Fireback, let me know what your feelings are about Ruby Rose leaving, about them bringing in a completely different character to play Batwoman, and also if you like my idea of pivoting from Batwoman to Batgirl might be a better thing, especially since I feel like Batgirl got hosed out of the Birds of Prey movie too. I'm not going to get into that as well too, but Fireback, let me know, of course, Facebook group, Twitter account, dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com, all there for you to toot your own horn, guys, and toot it you will, and let us discuss it. So, like I said, that's it for me today. Go out, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, and until next time, may the Force be with us all.